Live from Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater Township, Baycats TV presents the Inter-County Baseball League. Tonight, it's the visiting Hamilton Cardinals in town to take on the hometown Barrie Baycats. Hi everybody, welcome to the broadcast. I'm Ben Davy, very pleased to be joined by Dylan Quinn up here in the broadcast booth tonight. It's Game 3 of a 4-game homestand for the Baycats. The first two games couldn't have been more opposite. The Baycats faced the Guelph Royals here on Thursday, wasted a great pitching performance by Cesar Rosado. The offense fell completely flat in a 5-0 shutout. They followed that up on Sunday afternoon with a 13-3 trouncing of the first-place Welland Jackfish, a 17-hit attack. So the question tonight, Dylan Quinn, is which Baycats team will the Hamilton Cardinals be facing?
Yeah, but they're coming off a terrific All-Star weekend. One game in Welland, the other here at Vintage Throne Stadium. You mentioned it, but the Hamilton Cardinals are a team who has had the Baycats number. More recently, they have trailed 11-1 against the Baycats trailed 11-1 here at Vintage Throne Stadium. But you mentioned it, Ben. The question remains: what Baycats team will we get tonight?
Let's give you the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Here's public address announcer Rob Daniels.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, welcome to Vintage Throne Stadium for season number 23 of Barrie Baycats Baseball. Tonight's Inter-County Baseball League game features the visiting Hamilton Cardinals and your Barrie Baycats. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Hamilton Cardinals, managed by Chris Piano. Batting first in left field, number 3, Danny Berg. Batting second, playing first base, number 14, Luis Bernardo. Batting third at shortstop, number 5, Tyler Duncan. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 16, Dennis Devaney. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 24, Connor Hicks. Batting sixth at third base, number 30, Josh Niles. Batting seventh at second base, number 25, Cam Gravel. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 9, Andrew Johnston. And batting ninth in center field, number 4, Brandon Nicholson. On the mound tonight for the Cardinals, number 71, Stephen Hospital. And now, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, the starting lineup for your Barrie Baycats, managed by Josh Matlow. Batting first, the center fielder, number 9, Kenny Ejo. Batting second at shortstop, number 11, Brandon Hernandez. Batting third, the third baseman, number 55, Hayden Jaco. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 20, Nolan McIbroda. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 29, Malik Williams. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 27, Ryan Rio. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 28, Noah Hall. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 44, Tyler Plumpton. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 47, Brad McQuinn. On the mound tonight for your Baycats, number 32, Christian Lazar. Here are the umpires for tonight's contest. Calling the balls and strikes, Don Michelle. Handling first base, it's Scott Costello. And at third base, Ryan Jackson. Fans, can you please rise if you are able to, and kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you.
Baycats on a Tuesday evening here at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater Township. An evening that started off with quite a bit of rain, Dylan, and it's a good thing we're going to get this one in here tonight, as this game has already been rescheduled twice due to inclement weather. So I had a feeling once the Cardinals bus rolled up Highway 400, they were going to get this game in tonight any which way that they needed to.
You know, Ben, you mentioned it, this game already being a makeup game. There were a few moments today where I looked out my window and I questioned whether we'd be at the park tonight playing baseball, but we're here, we're ready, and so are the Baycats. And I'm just hoping we're able to make it through a strong 9 innings tonight here at Vintage Throne Stadium.
Hopefully that grass out there isn't too slick. You can see how soaked the mound is as Christian Lazar takes his warm-up tosses. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Hamilton Cardinals tonight. Behind manager Chris Piano, Danny Berg is the leadoff man in left field. Luis Bernardo, veteran first baseman, batting second. Tyler Duncan, the sensational shortstop, batting third for the Cardinals. Dennis Day Banning is the cleanup man in right field. Connor Hicks catching, batting fifth. Josh Niles in the sixth spot. He's at third base. Cam Gravel, Andrew Johnson, and Brandon Nicholson are 7, 8, 9 in the Cardinal batting order here tonight.
Let me introduce to you the Baycats defense. In left field is Nolan Macabrota, center field Kenise Ejo, and in right Noah Hull. At third it's Hayden Jaco, at short Brandon Hernandez. Second base is Brad McQuinn, and at first is Malik Williams. Your catcher behind the dish is Tyler Plumpton, catching pitches from Christian Lazar. The DH tonight will be Ryan Rio.
Lazar, 27 years old, a left-hander from Mississauga in his first season since joining the Baycats. He's been around the IBL for a while, though, an alumni of the University of Sioux Falls in South Dakota, and former Hamilton Cardinal. Get a chance to face his former team here tonight. Home plate umpire is Don Michelle, Scott Costello behind the bag at first, and Ryan Jackson, our third base umpire tonight. As Danny Berg comes to the plate, Cardinals wearing road grays with red numerals and letters. Baycats wearing the home whites with the navy letters and red numbers on the front. Lazar is ready, and he deals. First pitch of the game is inside. It's a 7:38 start here tonight. Hats off to the grounds crew, everybody that worked so hard to get this field ready on time for first pitch. A called strike makes it 1-1.
Terrific grounds crew here, and we're ready to play baseball here at Vintage Throne Stadium.
Lazar with a 1-1. That's a called strike. 1-2. Yeah, it was raining pretty good up until about an hour, maybe 45 minutes before first pitch. The 1-2 on the way, and it's on the ground to first. Handled easily by Malik Williams. And he steps on the bag, 1 out.
Speaking of the defense for the Barrie Baycats, how about Noah Hull in right field making his return to the lineup tonight? Was talking to him earlier before the game, and he seems pretty excited to get back into the lineup.
14, Luis Bernardo.
Yeah, Hull missed a chunk of games due to injury, and this Baycat lineup has been banged up a little bit in the first half of the season, and now coming down hard to believe, but coming down to the final month of regular season games here. Josh Matlow wanting to get everybody in the lineup as soon as possible to get ready for the playoffs. Up to bat now is Luis Bernardo, the first baseman. 7th appearance for Lazar, but his first start. 13 innings of relief work for the Baycats out of the bullpen this season. Deals the 1-1, and that's low.
A very key addition by Josh Matlow was getting Chris Lazar, a lefty, into the pitching staff who has needed some lefty help in the past few years.
Left-handers are hard to find around the IBL for whatever reason. It's a 3-1 count to Bernardo. Here's the pitch. And he pops it up. It's playable on the outfield grass. Shortstop calling for it. Brandon Hernandez behind the bag at second, and there's 2 away.
Shortstop, number 5, Tyler Duncan.
That'll bring up Tyler Duncan, the IBL home run champion this past weekend in Welland.
Another sensational season coming off an MVP performance last year. 321 this year, 28 games. Very reliable and a fixture in this Hamilton lineup attack offensively. First pitch swinging, it's a pop-up. That'll be playable as well. Third baseman Hayden Jaco has a read on it and takes it. It's a 3 up, 3 down, top of the first for the Cardinals. No score. You're watching Baycats TV.
No hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on ESSA Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Hi, I'm Christy Franz from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original two men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. Two small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca.
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
The first inning is brought to you by McDonald's in Barrie, home of the free fries with 5 Baycat strikeouts.
Thank you, Dylan. Starting lineup for the Baycats today: Ijo, Hernandez, and Jaco, the top 3. Nolan Macabroda is the cleanup man tonight. Malik Williams at first base. Ryan Rio down to number 6 in the order now. He's the DH. And Noah Hull returns to the lineup. He's in right field batting 7th. Tyler Plumpton, the veteran catcher, batting 8th. And Brad McQuinn gets the call for second base tonight in the number 9 spot for Josh Matlow. Christian Lazar got a 3 up, 3 down first inning, and now the Hamilton Cardinals and Stephen Hospital will try to shut down the Baycats here in the bottom half.
No, just a classic. I'm not using favor.
Chopped on the ground at third. Josh Niles. High throw, the tag applied, and Kenny Sejo is in there. First base umpire, Scott Costello, saying that Bernardo missed him with the tag on the way by.
Close call, and with that, let's give you the defense for the Hamilton Cardinals. In left field is Danny Berg, center field Brandon Nicholson, and in right it's Dennis DeBanning. Third base Josh Niles, shortstop Tyler Duncan. At second it's Cam Gravel, and at first it's Luis Bernardo. Catching duties tonight is Connor Hicks, and pitching, you mentioned it, it's Stephen Hospital.
Canisijo at first, always a threat to steal. He's been caught just twice in 13 attempts this season. Does not go. Hernandez showing bunt. And the pitch is high. So Ijo aboard on a throw that pulled Bernardo off the bag. It was a high throw. He tried to get him on the swipe tag and couldn't. And an infield hit for Ijo gets the Baycats a base runner early in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled away.
Well, if I'm Josh Matlow in the Baycats tonight, I'm looking for a quick start, get some runs on the board exactly how you started in Welland. We saw how that turned out on Sunday. If you can start early and get some runs on the board, it's only up from there for a Baycats team who has been quiet in the early innings so far this season.
That was a good sustained attack by the Baycats yesterday. Runner going, and he'll have to head back as it's a fly ball to center field. Caught by Brandon Nicholson. Ijo back in plenty of time, 1 away. Barrie scored early and often against the Jackfish and put up some crooked numbers in the middle innings as well. A 6-run third and a 6-run fourth put them in the driver's seat right from the get-go. So as you mentioned, Dylan, that's definitely the key for the Baycats, getting that lead early in the ball game and not waiting to the late innings to pull it out coming from behind.
And the key to success, it wasn't swinging hard and swinging for the fences. It was being patient, waiting for your pitch. The Baycats took a lot of walks on Sunday, and Hayden Jaco, one of the only players in the IBL with more walks than strikeouts. Actually, only 2 players in the IBL currently qualify with more walks than strikeouts. It's Seth Strong and Hayden Jaco. So you mentioned patient at bats and not swinging for the fences and striking out. The best player on the Baycats to do that is right here at the dish. It's Hayden Jaco.
24-year-old Stephen Hospital on the mound, the right-hander in his rookie IBL season. Not paying a lot of attention to Canisijo as that one's fouled away. He's ahead in the count 0-2. Fourth appearance of the season for Hospital, his first start. So both these pitchers making their first start of the year, Lazar and Hospital. No record for Hospital and a 4.15 ERA. Bernardo holds on Ejo as he takes the lead, dangles that right arm. Waits, and Hospital comes set, kicks, and fires. And that one hits Jaco up high. 2 base runners now for Barrie. 1 out in the inning.
Well, any way you can. That's an error and a hit by pitch to send 2 runners on in the first inning. But it doesn't matter. All the Baycats care about is 2 runners on and 1 out for Nolan Macabroda here with a chance to drive in a runner and start the Baycats with an early lead.
So 2 on now, and Nolan Macabroda with a chance to get Barrie on the board. Middle infield ready for a ground ball here. Tyler Duncan at short, Cam Gravel at second. At double play depth, shaded slightly around to the right. Ejo and Jaco go with the pitch. Here's the throw to third. Not in time. Good, strong throw by Connor Hicks. Down to third base, and Ejo got in underneath the tag. Looked like he might have jammed his hand on the slide into the bag there. As you see him wringing out that left wrist.
Well, the double steal works to perfection, but you mentioned it. Canisijo, just hope he's okay. It looked like he maybe jammed his hand into the base there. He does wear those mitts for stealing that are supposed to give the hands a little bit more protection, but
he's got the mitt on the left hand. I think it was the right hand he jammed on the slide, so who knows if that left hand was bothering him a little bit already, but it was the unprotected hand that kind of ended up with the force behind it. You know, you go in hard with a head first slide like that, that's a lot of momentum. And he's going to stay out there at third base, and the fans give him a nice round of applause for the effort. 2 in scoring position for the Baycats. It's an 0-1 count to Nolan Macabroda.
Well, a very beneficial double steal as there's no double play in order. A deep fly ball will likely score Canisijo from third base.
So good news that Ejo can stay in the game. Noel McGarry-Doyle already injured after a collision that happened in the Welland game. So the last thing you need is another outfielder with an injury right now. Game time temperature 20 degrees, but it's 27 with a Humidex. It's a muggy night.
It is, Ben, but it's not raining, and that's all I care about right now.
Well, you will care about the bugs when they come out in the 6th or 7th inning, I can tell you that, with this humidity.
Once again, I have forgotten to bring bug spray to the
I got
park.
you. I got you here. I got a, it's kids bug spray, though.
Well, it's better
How old are you?
Better than no bug spray.
You might be too old for this. It's kids bug spray. I'm not sure if I can let you use that or not. Kids insect repellent.
Looks like it'll do the trick.
It's from the dollar store. The $3 store, to be more accurate. Anyways, for what it's worth, I'll share that with you.
Well, thank you, Ben. And now we're covered. Now there's no more excuses for when the bugs come out later.
I guess dollar stores don't exist anymore, do they? That's a dated reference now. Nothing costs $1. 3-1. Foul back to the screen. It's a full count to Nolan Macabroda, the Baycat rookie. Macabroda with 4 home runs here in his first IBL season, 22 games, and a .325 average. Here's the pitch from Hospital. That's ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Well, base is loaded for Malik Williams here, and the ever-dangerous Ryan Ariel looming on deck. You wanted a fast start and to score some runs early. Can't think of many opportunities better here with Malik Williams up to the dish with runners on every bag. A terrific opportunity here for the Cats.
So Ejo at third, Jaco at second, Macabroda at first, and the big man Malik Williams takes the first pitch And it just missed off the plate. Ball 1.
There were a few of them today, but Malik Williams, another player who seemed to be a lot of the Cats just fired up in warm-ups. Happy to be here and ready to go. Had a great conversation with Malik Williams pregame.
Called strike, 1-1. Williams got off to a sizzling hot start since returning to the Baycats, but it's cooled off a little bit over the last couple of weeks. 18 games. Had a brief absence while with the Frontier League. Pitch from Hospital. And it's a line drive to left field. It's a base hit. Ejo will score easily. They're going to send Jaco 2. Here's the throw from Berg. It's offline. And it's a 2-0 Baycat lead.
Great at-bat from Williams. He took some balls, found his pitch, and sent it into the gap between short and third. And he finds himself on first base. Baycats up with an early lead. It's 2-0.
15 RBIs in 18 games for Malik Williams now, and you'll take those numbers any season. He's a couple RBIs behind Kenise Ejo for the lead on the club, but considering this is just his 18th ball game, that's an impressive RBI to game ratio, almost 1 RBI per game.
Malik Williams is one of those guys that with every swing he takes, he just looks like he's going to send a ball deep. You remember Josh Donaldson? He just looked like he was going to go yard every at-bat. Williams, similar type of swing where you just got a feeling every single time he lifts that leg high and takes it into his stride, that ball might be sent a long way. Another one of those players, Ryan Rio, off to a slow start, hoping to pick it up here and advance those runners at second and first.
Yeah, this would be a great night for him to get going, especially with the Baycats on the board early in this game. Still just 1 out. Macabrota at second, Williams at first. And a big cut, fouls it back.
Well, if you're Christian Lazar, you got to be feeling good about what the Baycats have done here in the first inning as you're waiting to take the mound again in the dugout right now.
This is not a home run hitting lineup per se. Rio has 3 home runs, that's second, behind Macabrota and Jaco, who have 4 each for the lead on this club, and part of that is due to the fact that this is most would call a pitcher's park here in Springwater with the outfield dimensions. 0-2, and it's outside.
Yeah, it's absolutely a pitcher's park, Ben. Haven't seen many people who have been able to send it out to center field. Might be able to do it to the corners, but I would attribute a lot of that to the reasons that Ryan Rio has 4 home runs. Nolan Macabrota only has 4.
4:05 to straightaway center here at Vintage Throne Stadium. 3:25 down the lines.
I would say a large majority of the home runs are left and right field. I can't recall the last time somebody sent it over the 405 sign out there in center field.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of wind carry here in this park either, which, unlike some of the other IBL stadiums, when the wind is blowing, usually it's in. Tonight, the flag's just showing a light breeze. Swing and a miss by Rio. And there's 2 out in the inning for right fielder Noah Hull.
Noah Hull.
This is Hull's first at-bat since sustaining a concussion on Canada Day in London. Would be a great time to get going with the Baycats up 2-0 here in the first inning.
2 on, 2 out. Hull back in the lineup for the first time after a brief absence with injury. And he takes a pitch, ball 1. The weather systems we were watching tonight on the radar were coming towards Barrie from the southwest. So they were moving northeast. So if you looked at dead center field, that's pretty much the sky that we're going to be seeing soon. And right now, a pretty gray sky to center field. We've got mostly cloud cover over us at the moment. The sun was shining right before first pitch. So we've had a little bit of everything here on this Tuesday evening.
That seems to be just what we're getting now in the summer weather.
4 home games this week, Sunday through Saturday. Swing and a miss by Hull, 3-2. Welland was here Sunday. The Cardinals here Tonight, Guelph on Thursday, and then Saturday, I believe it's Kitchener, I think. We got Kitchener here on Saturday, so. And the Baycats have a game in Hamilton on Friday between the Guelph and Kitchener games, so they're even busier than we are. 3-2, and it's high ball 4. The inning will continue.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better start here from the Baycats in the first inning. I mentioned how key it was to have good at-bats. Hull with a terrific at-bat there draws a walk. And the Baycats keep on rolling here with a 2-out rally. Bases juiced with 2 outs here for Tyler Plumpton.
So the bases are loaded. Macabrota at third, Williams at second, Hull at first, and so-called strike on the outside corner to Plumpton, 0-1. Tyler Plumpton has been outstanding again this season. .333 through 17 games. Didn't get quite as much action here last year with rookie phenom Josh Cote behind the plate for the Baycats for much of the 2023 season. Plumpton getting more work this year. And with Hayden Jaco behind the dish. Both of them have been excellent. 0-2 to Plumpton. It bounces up to the plate. It's off the chest protector of Hicks. That's going to bring in a run.
Good hustle around the bags, and it's 3-0 Baycats. You mentioned Plumpton and Jaco, a catching duo this year. Jaco, obviously the IBL All-Star, has been very, very good for the Baycats. Tyler Plumpton has been sneaky. He's been very underrated, and I have been very impressed with his performance this year. Not going to do some crazy damage and send some a long way, but he's been very solid, I'll say, for the Cats, both in the field and and at bat.
Well, I completely agree with you. He is as steady as they come over the course of a season, and a guy who, some guys really need to be in the lineup every day to keep that momentum going. This one down the line foul, third base side. Plumpton, a guy who might not be in the lineup for a stretch of games, but when he is back in, he's ready to go. We've got some guys on this Baycat roster in that situation this year. Roy Sando very often on with his availability, so always great to have a reliable bat that you can put in there, and he's good to go when called upon.
Absolutely. I still have no idea how he does it with the no batting gloves, but he makes it work.
A pop-up behind the plate, and the catch is made by Connor Hicks for the third out, but not before the Baycats score 3. And we've played an inning. 3-0 Barrie on Baycats TV. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. Top of the second inning, I'm Ben Davy along with Dylan Quinn. Julius Hern doing field reporting tonight. We'll check in with him in a half an inning. Baycats comfortably on top by a score of 3-0, and it's 4-5-6 for the Cardinals. Dennis Day-Banning, Connor Hicks, Josh Niles. We are exclusive on Baycats TV tonight. No TV coverage as Rogers has previously scheduled programming commitments, so If you're watching us here, this is the only place you'll see us this evening. If you have anybody wondering why isn't the game on Rogers, tell them to get on YouTube. Get over to Baycats TV and they can check out the game here tonight as usual. Of course, we have all home broadcasts here on Baycats TV throughout the season for you. And lots of extra footage as well.
Lots of great content over there on the YouTube channel, so go check it out.
Now, the great thing about having the YouTube page, the Baycats TV channel on YouTube, is you can watch these games at your convenience. A two-hopper to third, and it's scooped up. The throw is made across the diamond by Hayden Jaco, one away.
Hayden Jaco has been as solid as they come this year for the Baycats. Just really fun watching him over there at the hot corner. A nice throw there over there to first base. The first out of the inning.
Connor Hicks, the catcher. Hicks hitting .221, 21st game. First pitch swinging, and he lines it down the line, right field, and it's foul. Lazar, the former Cardinal, with a pitch off speed, and barreling up on that one is Hicks. It'll stay in the park and hang up there a long time. Noah Hull is under it for the out. 2 away. 5 in a row retired by Chris Lazar.
Well, Lazar doing a great job of mixing speeds here and getting a lot of those Cardinals hitters off balance. Defense doing a good job here, and that is going to have to continue the rest of the way if the Baycats want to be successful.
He had a quick top of the first, looking to follow that up with another 3-up, 3-down second here. He'll face Josh Niles, .233 hitter through 22 games. First pitch strike. Good job by Lazar getting ahead of these Cardinal hitters, making them swing the bats. He deals. That one bounces up.
If Christian Lazar can add himself into the upper echelon of Baycats pitchers, as that is a fantastic pitch there on a 1-1 pitch, the Baycats transition themselves into one of the premier pitching teams in this league. You have 3 of the best 5 starters arguably in the league. And adding Christian Lazar and maybe adding Carlos Sano into the bullpen, you gotta like what you're seeing if you're Josh Matlow and the Baycats pitching staff.
Lazar shook off, plumped it on that 1-2 pitch, and he thought he got called strike 3. Did a little spin around, and home plate umpire Don Michelle saying, no, sir. Count 2-2. Good patience by Josh Niles, holding off on that 1-2 pitch. Here's Lazar dealing, and it's outside, and it's a full count. Well, the big 3 in this Baycats pitching rotation, all 3 with a combined ERA below, or all 3 of them with individual ERAs below 2.5. This one to center field, it drops. First base hit of the game for the Cardinals. It's off the bat of Josh Niles.
Well, there won't be a no-hitter tonight, but that's okay, as Christian Lazar will reset and attack the 7-hitter here with 2 away in the inning.
Cesar Rosado threw 6 no-hit innings against Guelph here on Thursday and was just unable to go any further. He had hit 90 with the pitch count and had a little bit of tightness in the last couple of innings of his start. So manager Josh Matlow went to the bullpen, and unfortunately it just didn't work out for the Baycats that night. Runner goes on the delayed steal. Here's the throw down. It's not in time. It scoots off the glove of Hernandez. Nice backup by Brad McQuinn.
Well, in hindsight, going back to that game on Thursday against the Guelph Royals, if you kept Rosado in, the Baycats didn't score any runs, would have needed some more help. But Julius and I had the chance to talk with manager Josh Matlow, and he told us that Cesar Rosado did not know that he had a no-hitter going when he was pulled from the game. So
we talked about that a little bit on Sunday, and it was just a case of when he had plenty of base runners. Guys reached on errors, and there were walks. So you're not always thinking about how they get on base. You're aware that they're on, but a situation like that, I guess it caught him by surprise once he got the hook. No balls, 2 strikes. Lazar deals, swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game is brought to you by IMP North, and it gets the Baycats off the field in the top of the 2nd inning. Still 3-0 Barrie. You're watching Baycats TV.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Here we are back for the second inning at Vintage Throne Stadium. The second inning brought to you by JC Unlimited Contracting. Design, supply, build, renovate, servicing Simcoe region for over a decade. And although we can't be here in the broadcast booth tonight, Julius Hern is still at the ballpark and doing some reporting. He's got a story for us now as we send it over to him.
Thanks, Dylan. Happy to be back at the ballpark. Stephen Hospital, this is just his fourth appearance of the season, first start, and that's because earlier this year, he finished up his senior year at Niagara University. He actually pitched 26 outings in college this year at Division I, actually set the all-time program appearances record in the last game of conference play in their postseason tournament. Actually pitched one game against Oklahoma State in the NCAA tournament in the regional round, but only went two-thirds of an inning in that outing, but still a remarkable D1 career for Stephen Hospital and back in the IBL for his rookie year.
Thank you, Julius. Outstanding report on our Cardinals starting pitcher tonight, Stephen Hospital. And how about Julius, a guy who works even when he's not working? That's impressive.
Julius Hern does not sleep. He is always working.
Well,
he is
that's
always
an
doing
overstatement.
something.
I feel bad for him. I don't know how he goes from number 2 to number 3 in the broadcasting pecking order.
I agree.
In a matter of days, but
I'm not arguing though. I'm having some fun up here with my friend Ben Davy, and
good opportunity for you. You're doing great.
Absolutely.
3-0 Baycats. We're in the bottom of the second. We'll have Dylan call the 5th and 6th innings as well. Of course, the innings that Julius usually does. So be sure that you stick around for those. Brad McQuinn in the lineup tonight. And he hits it on the ground, and it's through into right field. So the number 9 hitter is aboard for the Baycats in the bottom of the second.
Well, a good start from Brad McQuinn there. I mentioned how excited a lot of these players were pregame. Brad McQuinn, another one. Reason being, he has himself a pair of sports glasses that he is hoping will help him both in the field and at the dish. It did there as he finds himself on first base with a leadoff hit.
Did you say glasses or classes?
Sports glasses.
Glasses, okay, yeah. Interesting, we'll have to ask him about those. Kenise Ejo scored the game's first run, got the game's first hit. This one to the backstop. Brad McQuinn gets an extra 90 feet.
Not the first wild pitch from Hospital tonight as he looks to find some more control here in the second inning of work.
Not sure if that'll be a wild pitch or a pass ball. The first one was definitely a wild pitch. So runner at second. Nobody out. Ejo at the plate. Hospital checks the runner. Kicks and fires. Ejo showing bunt, pulls it back. It's a strike.
And Brad McQuinn has been a guy who's worked a lot on his game behind the scenes, traveling with the team. He's always working, always trying to improve, and hopefully he can find some success with those new glasses of his.
Little check swing by Ejo. He's burning it down that first base line, but the throw is in time. Tyler Duncan with the assist.
You mentioned it, had to make Tyler Duncan work for that out as Kenise Ejo was gunning it down the line there. Made it a close play.
Still a productive out as he gets the runner over. Here comes Brandon Hernandez.
Hernandez coming off of a 5-hit afternoon against the Welland Jackfish on Sunday.
First pitch swinging, he slices it down the third base side, and it's gloved by Josh Niles in foul territory. McQuinn has to stay put. 2 out of the inning.
Third baseman number 55, Hayden Jacob.
Boy, Hernandez has really been hot and cold. He didn't get on base in the Guelph game on Thursday. He was 5 for 5 against Welland on Sunday afternoon, and now 0 for 2 tonight. So it's really kind of been hit and miss with him. Still having an outstanding year. Average up to 448 coming into today. Small sample size as he just joined the team a few weeks ago, but
has been a very nice addition to this Baycats lineup, both in the field and at the plate. I've been blown away with him as a defender as well.
Carson Burns has been the shortstop here in Barrie for the last few seasons, and he has not played lately. In his absence, Brandon Hernandez has stepped in and filled that void, I think, better than anybody could have expected.
Well, being a lefty definitely helps as well.
Hospital's pitch, and it's fouled back to the screen.
Josh Matlow, I have noticed, likes to balance those righties and lefties in the lineup. Doesn't like to put two same-sided hitters back-to-back, so another lefty bat in Brendan Hernandez makes it easier for Josh Matlow when filling up the lineup card.
Yeah, a lot of managers like to do that. They like to stagger that lefty-righty in the order. As this one hits a center field, it drops, and it scores another run. Brad McQuinn is in. It's 4-0 Baycats.
Well, the Baycats keep this train rolling, adding to their damage done in the first inning. It's 4-0 here in the second inning. Nolan Macabroda here with a chance and a runner on first base.
You know, just to pick up on that thought of the lefty-righty alternating through the batting order, it gives you that ability, especially in the late innings of the ball game when pitching changes are frequent, the relievers come in, that you're going to get a matchup at some point, especially with a rally if you've got runners on base, rather than getting stuck with a string of unfavorable matchups in a row.
Well, you're definitely right there. For those who don't know, when I'm not in the booth, I'm usually doing video, and Ben, I have to say, it might be nice for Josh Matlow to have the lefty-righty matchups, but for me, as a videographer, I hate it. Because I like to position myself in certain positions, and I have to constantly run back and forth after every batter. You get your steps in, don't you? Sometimes it can get quite tiring running back and forth all the time.
So you're trying to position yourself in such a way that you're facing the hitter at the plate. I can see how that keeps you on your toes.
Every once in a while we'll get two righties in a row and it'll be like the best thing ever because I don't have to move, but
well, you do an outstanding job with those video clips. We all enjoy seeing those on the social media channels. And Bob Hurley, outstanding photographer here most nights, does a great job with the still images on the website.
And don't forget Julius Hern, who has also added some videography and photos to the repertoire on the road this year with the team.
I can't keep track of you guys because you've got so many job titles now. It's like who does what? I don't even know. This one's hit to deep center field. Nicholson back, he's got it. And that will do it. But the Baycats get another one on the board for Chris Lazar. And through two, it's a 4-0 Barrie lead on Baycats TV.
Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original two men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. Two small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Developers, architects, and more.
Dylan Quinn, Ben Davy with you. We're at the top of the third inning, and it's Chris Lazar and the Baycats to battle Andrew Johnston. He's the number 8 hitter. Brandon Nicholson to follow, and then Danny Berg to the top of the order. Only one hit so far through 2 innings off left-hander Chris Lazar. Former Cardinal deals, and it's a foul tip. A foul back, excuse me, not a foul tip. A foul back, as Brian Backland likes to remind us. You can only foul tip a ball into the catcher's glove. If it goes to the screen, it's not a foul tip, it's a foul ball.
And we don't have one on our
foul back.
I can already hear the announcer's jinx coming, Ben, but thus far through 2 innings have not seen very many hard-hit balls from these Cardinals hitters, as Chris Lazar keeping them off balance, mixing speeds well, as he finds himself in a 2-1 count here.
2-1 pitch, and that's in the dirt. It's underneath Plumpton somewhere. He finds it in front of him.
Are you one, Ben, who believes in an announcer's jinx?
Absolutely not. But I still try to respect the unwritten rule, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be the guy that blew it. But anybody who thinks we have any influence on what happens on the field is giving us far too much credit. And that one's fouled away.
You know what, I'll agree with you there, but it does seem awfully fishy when I will say something like, well, the Cardinals don't have many hard-hit balls, and then a home run flies over Nolan Macabrota in left field. Then everybody blames me.
Fouled over the screen. What you will find as you continue in your years of broadcasting, and you have many ahead of you, I'm sure, is that oftentimes when you are making a point and you have all your research and all your numbers to back it up, the exact opposite will happen on the field right as you're saying that. This one up the middle, and it's out of the reach of the shortstop, Brandon Hernandez into center field. So second hit of the game for the Cardinals.
It'll bring up the 9-hitter, Brandon Nicholson, the center fielder tonight.
Brandon Nicholson.
I think it's just the baseball gods' way of keeping us humble.
I completely agree with you.
Because so often we describe things and the exact opposite happens right away, or we make a prediction and the opposite comes true. So Brandon Nicholson, this team trailing by 4 runs. Cardinals trying to get something going here in the third inning. Called strike, and it's out of the glove of Plumpton. He's right on it, though, to make sure Johnson goes no further.
We'll see how Lazar responds to having a runner on base, moving to the stretch now.
Fires. It's a called strike. 0-2.
Back-to-back strikes from Lazar, seemingly unfazed.
Johnson, not an aggressive base runner. He has no stolen base attempts so far. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. It's brought to you by IMP North, and that is the second strikeout of the game for Christian Lazar.
Moving even closer to those 5 strikeouts that give Baycats fans the free fries from McDonald's. Boy, am I excited.
Well, the interesting thing was with those strikeouts, I mean, we talked about this on Sunday, but Juan Benitez, I think he only had maybe 1 or 2 strikeouts in the whole game, and they won the game 13-3. Cesar Rosado had, I think, over 10 strikeouts, and they lost that game. Fly ball center field, Canisijo has it. Runner stays put, 2 out. So a high strikeout total is nice, but it doesn't always guarantee that your team's going to come out on the right side of the score.
Well, that's just baseball, Ben. Cesar Rosado, a guy who is constantly missing bats and putting Ks on the board. Juan Benitez, one of the pitchers who likes to get contact on the ground, and we've seen him work numerous times this season, work very quickly and work with little strikeouts multiple times.
Yeah, a lot of soft contact off Benitez on Sunday afternoon, and he executed his game plan about as perfectly as you can.
Another game that comes to mind is against the Chatham Barnstormers at Vintage Stone Stadium this year, when we nearly completed a sub 2-hour game. Just a lot of soft contact, and I believe he didn't have over 10 pitches until around the 8th or 9th inning. Just dominance.
That's the game I'm thinking of. I think he had 7 consecutive single-digit pitch counts, which I've never seen from a pitcher before, at least noticed. This one to second. Easy step on the bag for Brad McQuinn. And that gets the Baycats off the field in the top of the third. 4-0 Barrie as they come to bat. You're watching Baycats TV.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium for this third inning of Baycats baseball. The third inning brought to you by Render 3D Quick, the #1 architectural 3D rendering company in Canada, working with thousands of builders, developers, architects, and more.
Stephen Hospital's night has come to an end, so he pitches just 2 innings tonight, allowing 4 runs, all earned. He turns the ball over to the right-hander Cameron here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch fouled over towards the Hamilton dugout.
Malik Williams getting his first look at the new arm. It's 29 against 29 here.
For Cameron, his 5th appearance of the season, all relief. He's worked just 4 2/3. 4 earned runs, 771 earned run average. Has 8 strikeouts though. That's 4 innings of work. Seems to have good control despite the high ERA. Small sample size, of course. Swing and a miss.
Back-to-back breaking balls there. Both had some bite to them. Got Williams off balance.
Cameron looks in, kicks and fires, and it's on the ground. Slowly to second base. Gravel to first. And plenty of time to get Malik Williams. 1 out in the inning.
Well, here comes Ryan Rio, struck out in his last at-bat. Looking to get himself going, off to a slow start this season. But if you're the Baycats and Josh Matlow, you are not worried. We know what Ryan Rio is capable of, and hoping to turn it around here and get himself on the right track in the third inning here in a 4-0 ball game.
Sometimes when a guy's in a slump, you just get the mindset of wait for that first pitch fastball, just look for it and go with it. And Rio likes to swing at the first pitch often, so we'll see if he uses that approach here, and he does, and he's underneath it. He pops it up. And the catch is made by the catcher, Connor Hicks. He's had a couple close to the screen tonight, and that was a really nice grab on the third base side.
Very impressive play by Connor Hicks. It'll put 2 outs on the board for Noah Hull, making his return to the Baycats lineup. In right field tonight for the Baycats.
Noah Hull drew a walk in his first plate appearance tonight. First pitch is inside. Ball 1.
It's been quick work for the Cardinals here. Noah Hull looking to put a stop to that. Make the Cardinals work for this third out.
Well, that was a strike, so pardon me on that. Back to the mound it goes, and the throw is over in time. So a nice job by Cameron as he gets the Baycats 3 up, 3 down in the third. Go to the top of the fourth inning. Barrie on top 4-0 on Baycats TV.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on ESSA Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Top of the fourth inning with the Baycats on top of the Cardinals by a score of 4-0. Tuesday night baseball here on Baycats TV, your exclusive home for tonight's ball game. We're glad to have you along on the broadcast tonight. Dylan Quinn with me and Julius Hern doing some sideline reporting. As Tyler Duncan will lead it off here against Chris Lazar. We mentioned off the top as the first pitch is popped up. Third base side, Jaco and Hernandez. Hernandez calls him off and takes it for the out. Quick first out here in the fourth. We mentioned off the top that this is Lazar's first start of the season. He has 6 appearances, all of them in relief. And you and I were scratching our heads a little bit, and you pointed out you thought that he had a start. And I was like, now that you mention it, I feel like he had a start as well, but it didn't show up on the stat sheet for whatever reason. Of course, we treat the stat sheets like gospel around here. And Julius reminded me that Chris Lazar pitched that suspended game that was resumed. It was essentially a start for him, but officially wasn't. I think that the game was 13 pitches in or something like that, and he came in and picked it up on the rescheduled side of that game. So officially his first start, but in essence his second.
Well, definitely treat those stats sheet like a gospel, and sometimes there is a bigger picture, a bigger story to be told, as can be seen here. Nonetheless,
line drive left field, and it'll drop in front of Nolan Macabrota. You can tell he maybe thought about coming in and trying to charge that, but with the wet grass out there, probably a smart idea to just let it drop.
Well, the third hit of the night for the Hamilton Cardinals, all 3 of them being not very hard hits, soft contact. None of them making it past the outfielders. But Chris Lazar will have to do work with a runner on here in the fourth inning.
That rescheduled game that Lazar sort of started was his first win of the season. He's got a 1-0 record coming into tonight. First win for him since coming back from having surgery as well. So that definitely had to feel like a season accomplishment for him.
Yeah, we mentioned the plethora of voices that have made their way into the broadcast booth this year. How about Chris Lazar, a former Barrie Baycats announcer last year in the booth? Interesting fact for all you listeners.
Dave Banning draws a throw. So what game? He must have been one of the games I wasn't here, because I missed it. I missed it on that.
You weren't here. I wasn't here. None of us were here. But Chris
They had
Lazar
to
was
resort
here.
to a player. Runner goes. Hit and run is on, and it's sprayed to right field. It'll drop, and it goes all the way to the wall. They're going to send the runner home. Dave Banning trucking around third. Here comes the throw. It's late, and the Cardinals are on the board.
Well, we were talking about how there's no such thing as an announcer's jinx a few innings ago. And how about that? I mentioned no hard hits for the Cardinals. None over the outfield. And then right there, sending one between Canisijo and Noah Hull to put the first run on the board for the Hamilton Cardinals here.
RBI double for Connor Hicks. And the Cardinals able to scratch one out against Chris Lazar here in this top of the fourth inning. Still just one out as Josh Niles comes to the dish. Hit and run was on, and that was a good move as Dave Banning had a good burst of speed behind him as he rounded second and immediately waved in on that ball off the fence in right center field.
Yeah, but here you can see the benefit of having a nice lead on the board. 4-1 here, Chris Lazar in a role you're not usually in starting the ball game. You're not too worried. He has some runs to deal with. You can gather yourself here on the mound and reset.
It's the breaking ball over for a strike. Lazar with 2 strikeouts tonight. 2-1 pitch is a called strike, and the count is even.
Not the hardest thrower in the world is Lazar, but mixes speeds very well. And you can see a lot of movement, even from all the way up here at our broadcast table here. Ball moving well for Lazar tonight.
6 strikeouts in 13 innings coming into tonight. That one in the dirt. Plumpton reaching around for it. Gets the throw down, and it's not in time. Good read by Connor Hicks when he saw that ball in the dirt and Plumpton fumbling around for it. Saw that there was a chance to get himself to third base.
Well, Connor Hicks, a catcher himself, he knows when he can test the arm behind the plate. Made a right decision there to advance himself to third.
Payoff pitch to Niles. And it's a fly ball to left field. Hit pretty deep. And it'll drop foul territory. He barreled up on that one pretty good, but it fell short and foul down the left field line. So it'll be a 3-2 count.
Important to set down the 6, 7, 8 hitters here before the lineup turns over if you're Chris Lazar.
3-2, left field. And Hall comes in, dives, makes the catch. Runner tags, no throw. Hamilton now within 2. So the sac fly brings it a run as Connor Hicks scores the second game of the night for the Cardinals.
Let's not let that play go by here without talking about it. A terrific catch by Nolan Macabroda out there in left field. A little slide and grab.
Yeah, I said Hull, my mistake. It's Macabroda in left, Hull in right field tonight. There were a couple of last-minute changes defensively. On the ground, and it's an infield hit for Cam Gravel to keep the inning alive.
Ben Davy, that might have been one of the best bunts I've ever seen. Just no chance for hitting Jaco there.
Even on the wet grass.
Yeah, you know what? The wet grass has a huge impact there. Stops the ball from rolling. You made a great point. I didn't even think about that.
Johnson now will bat. 2 outs here. Hamilton looking to add. A 2-run 4th inning. Lazar, the lefty, checks the runner. And now the ball gets away. And Gravel will take second base without hesitation.
Lazar asking for a new ball as once that one touches the grass, you might want to grab yourself a new one. You mentioned the wet grass affecting the game in many ways tonight.
Didn't rain very long, but it rained hard enough to definitely affect the field conditions here today. This one is shallow center, and Kanisi Joe has it for the outs. So the Cardinals strand a runner, but they score 2, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Barrie on top, 4-2 on Baycats TV.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
And welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium. Baycats baseball here on a Tuesday night. 4th inning brought to you by Clarkson Bins and Junk Removal, the local source for simple, clean, and reliable disposal bin rental and junk removal services. We're going to pick it right back up with our field reporter today. Different role than he's used to. It's Julius Hern.
Thank you, Dylan. You know, if you watch Baycats TV all the time or you're a frequent the ballpark here, you know that the Baycats don't really play home games on Tuesday nights. Usually it's Thursdays and Saturday afternoons and a couple Sundays sprinkled in there. But I actually found the last time the Baycats played a Tuesday regular season home game. It was August 24th, 2021, and it was an absolute barn burner. 18-7 win for the Baycats over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Baycats put up 18 runs on 28 hits. And I want to know, if Tim Clark is watching, I want to know if that's like the most hits in a game for the Barrie Baycats, because it's definitely, you never see 28 hits in a game. Anyway, Ryan Rio was the starting DH in that game for the Baycats. He went 3 for 5 with a double. James Anderson also went 3 for 5 with a double. Actually, everybody in the Baycats starting lineup that day had multiple hits. That's how good of an offensive outing it was for the Baycats.
I'd love to see what the final run time was on that game, as I can't imagine it was done in 3:01. Wow, I'm surprised it wasn't longer than that.
18-7 was the final. See, that's a game I should remember, but
28 hits
from 2021. Everything's just kind of a fuzzy memory at this point for me, but that's pretty incredible. So
3:01 is actually shocking to me for a 28 hit ball game.
Well, sometimes when the score gets out of reach and it's lopsided, you see a lot of guys go up there just first pitch swinging. You know, the game's kind of already decided. Of course, when Toronto plays Barrie, no game is ever totally decided until the final out. But I do find that sometimes with high-scoring games. If it's a high score early, the second half of the game seems to zip along at a much quicker pace.
Well, it must have been the case back on Tuesday night, the last time the Baycats played on Tuesday. There you have it. Great work from Julius Hern.
Yeah, enjoying his reports tonight. And
this should be his new role for the team.
Well, I don't know about that.
And so I can be in the booth.
Hold your horses, young man.
No, I'm only kidding. I'm only joking. Does a great job here. He and Ben, a great duo together.
Well, I've enjoyed having Julius in the booth this year, and we worked together a lot last year as well, as he found himself filling in for Patrick Melbourne quite a bit. Boy, it's been a busy game for the catcher, Connor Hicks. That one out of his reach, but bounced off the bench in the Cardinal dugout. He thought he might have a chance. Good effort to get over there. Brad McQuinn stays alive 1-2.
Well, I as well thought he might have had a chance on that one. He's had a good job catching those pop-ups, and boy, the catchers make it look a lot easier than it is. Being a former catcher in the Barrie minor baseball system, those plays are not easy, Ben.
1-2, swing and a miss. A couple of strikeouts for Zach Cameron. He's retired 5 in a row.
The center fielder, number 9.
And here's leadoff man Kenise Ejo. Well, Julius was smart to get his report on Stephen Hospital early in the game. He must have had a sense that it'd be a good idea to get that one done right off the top, as Hospital only worked 2 innings tonight. I don't think most of us expected that, but Baycats touched him for 4 runs through those 2 innings.
Well, a hot start from the Baycats, but Cameron coming into the ball game here has just shut down the bottom of the order for the Baycats.
Ejo to left field. That'll hang up there. Danny Berg makes the catch. Back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings for Zach Cameron. Let's see if the offense can pick them up here. They trail by 2 with Dylan up to call innings 5 and 6. We'll be right back. You're watching Baycats TV.
The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original 2 men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. 2 small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Momentum that they got 2 runs in the top of the 4th.
Well, the next few innings crucial for both teams as Baycats need to add some more to the board. Hamilton hoping to come back.
We just saw a couple of flashes of lightning over the center field sky. I don't know if that escaped the eye of home plate umpire Don Michelle, but often the first sign of lightning, they get the players off the field quickly, and if we see another one, we may have a temporary delay here tonight.
Hoping that it was a one-off. Unlikely, but
it was visible over the center field wall.
As that one's grounded to short, Brandon Hernandez can't come up with it, as Brandon Nicholson will find himself on first base here to begin the inning. Would have been a tough play, but no throw. It's a runner on first for the top of the order, Danny Berg.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Hernandez. Definitely a play he should have made. An error will be charged, and appropriately so. Had to go a good distance to his right to backhand that ball, but was unable to do so cleanly, and as a result had no play.
We were talking about how great he's been in the field earlier on. An uncharacteristic error from Hernandez. Double play in order as Lazar looks to work here against the top of the order. First pitch taken for a strike.
If we do end up with a lightning delay here tonight, and fingers crossed that we don't, but that is kind of a best case scenario, because if it's not raining, they can get the players back on the field. I'm not sure what the amount of time is that needs to pass. I'm told 30 minutes from Brian Backland, so that's not a short delay actually. But
well, Ben, fingers crossed, toes crossed, arms crossed, everything crossed, hoping that this ball game gets finished here on a lovely Tuesday night at Vintage Throne Stadium. Hoping that there are no more flashes seen from the sky. On an 0-2 count here, Chris Lazar, Danny Berg, Barrie Baycats. Popped in the air, Hayden Jaco, Tyler Pumpton looking it into the Hamilton Cardinals dugout. There will be no play. they'll reset at 0-2.
Second time in less than 10 minutes, we've had a pop-up into the Cardinal dugout.
I was wondering if we were going to see a dive over the wall into the, not a dive, but a stretch into the dugout to make the catch last inning, but that's always an interesting part of baseball is how far will you go to make the catch? We've seen players in the MLB completely give up their body into the dugout, but sometimes the out may not be worth it. As they had the runner on the run here, an easy throw from Malik Williams gets the runner at second base, and some nice patient fielding from the Baycats for the first out of the inning. Count remains 0-2 as the Baycats getting their first out.
Well, Brandon Nicholson, one of the best base runners in the IBL, and it's always tough to steal off a lefty, never mind Christian Lazar, and he was able to nab Nicholson, who was ready to go with that pitch.
Lazar had a few pickoffs thus far in the game, and you mentioned it, lefties much harder to pick up if you're a base runner. 1-2, taken low for a ball. And a beautiful pickoff there from Lazar gets the runner going.
A nice job by Malik Williams, too, at first base. Didn't rush that throw. Knew that they had him dead in the water. Just made sure that he got it to the shortstop cleanly.
Another low ball from Christian Lazar sends the count full. It's 3-2. That's another one of those plays, Ben, that rundowns are so much harder than we give them credit for. A lot of errors can be made, but not there, as that one is hit to left field. Nolan Macabrota on the run. He will slide. And we hope he's okay down there as the ball hit foul territory. And he will have to take a long walk back to left field, as will Danny Berg, making his way back to the batter's box. Still 3-2, still one away.
Well, great effort by Macabrota and some really good speed there, but he was still a good 3 or 4 strides away from making that catch.
We saw him make a sliding play earlier, but no chance there. As you mentioned it, he would have had to have gotten a few more steps there to make that catch.
A couple of big at-bats here with Barrie on top by 2, and this is the top of the 5th inning, so.
That one can't find the zone. It's a walk to Danny Berg, runner on first base for the first baseman, Luis Bernardo here. One away, double play in order. It's 4-2 Barrie in the top of the 5th inning.
Of course, for the game to be official, 5 innings need to be played, or 4.5 if the home team is in the lead, so. Important for Hamilton to try to get on top here.
As that one is low for another ball. Few balls in a row here from Christian Lazar as he's going to take his time before the next offer. With a runner on base, he wants to take his time. The 1-0 pitch, runner on the move, swung on and missed. Plumpton can't come up with it. That'll be an easy steal from Danny Berg. Double play now not in order.
Well, Plumpton had the batter Luis Bernardo to deal with right in front of him, and he just wasn't able to get a clean transfer out of the glove. Bernardo didn't interfere with him in any way, but that's still a tough situation to get that ball out of the glove.
That one inside for a strike. It's 1-2.
Bernardo didn't like that call. Either didn't like it or didn't like his decision to take. He spun out of the box frustrated.
Fans making some noise here for their pitcher. That one swung on and hit into shallow center field. Kanice Egypt coming up with it, won't make the throw as it's 4-3. Cardinals adding a run to the board. Still one away, runner on first base. And it'll send up to the plate the ever dangerous Tyler Duncan, the IBL home run derby champion. And that will warrant a meeting on the mound here.
Coach Andrew White will come out for a conference. They're going to bring everybody in on this one with 1 out in the inning and a runner at first. So perhaps some defensive strategies being discussed here as well. As Tyler Duncan comes to the plate, we know what he's capable of. A good piece of hitting by Luis Bernardo. That nice smooth swing and just placing the ball perfectly between second and short. into shallow center field. That's all you need to do. Keep the inning alive, move that runner along. 4-3 ball game now, and suddenly Hamilton had a chance to draw even, if not get on top.
Absolutely. The Cardinals knocking at the doorstep here. Lefty-lefty matchup with Lazar against Duncan. Lazar got the better of Duncan last time, made him pop up. But Tyler Duncan, one of the most dangerous hitters in the entire league, MVP last season.
Well, one swing of the bat can put Hamilton on top 5-4. You saw what he did at the home run derby, beating Josh Garton 10-8 in the final round to take the home run crown. The stage is set for him here.
As the first pitch is taken for a strike, Lazar gets off to an early lead in the count.
10 home runs in the first round of the Derby to eliminate Robert Mullen.
That one swung on and hit to right field for a base hit. Runners rounding second and first base. It'll be 2 on and 1 out as the Cardinals continue this rally in the 5th inning for the cleanup hitter, Dennis DeBanning. And you were talking about the home run derby, Ben, and I think all of the IBL fans are hoping that this home run derby is something that continues next year as well. Just a terrific showing from all of these hitters, and arguably the event of the day in Welland for the IBL All-Star again.
Yeah, they haven't officially announced where the 2025 event is going to be held, but I know a lot of fans would love to see it in Chatham-Kent. Historic Fergie Jenkins Field. They're brand new in the league, and it'll be fun watching a home run derby in that bandbox.
That one is hit to center field. Looks to be playable for Ejo. Runner tagging from second, but he will think better of that and make his way back over to the bag.
Kenise Ejo with a great catch, and they decided not to test his arm. And see what's going on here with Luis Bernardo.
Not sure what happened here as I was watching the ball in center field. As warnings have been issued to both dugouts. And we'll get some more information for you later on.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a warning was issued to each dugout, like you said, Dylan. I'm not quite sure. It didn't seem like anything unusual had happened there.
That one is popped up high in the air and back towards us. We saw the runner shake hands with Lazar on his way back to second base.
I'm not sure if some contact was made. Maybe he ran into him or something like that as Ejo was firing the ball in, and then everybody was like, all good, so who knows?
Warnings addressed, situation dealt with, and Lazar looking to get the third out of the inning here on an 0-1 pitch. Taken high for a ball, it's 1-1.
They've obviously watched some video on Kenise Ejo and knew better than to test his arm. We've seen him throw some absolute cannons from the outfield to nab base runners this season.
That one low. Obviously no gold glove in the IBL, but Kenise Ejo would give the rest of the center fielders a run for their money out there in center field. Back-to-back balls from Lazar.
Left-hander warming up in the Barrie bullpen. Looks like that might be Ryan Lacasse. Not sure, but we'll see how much Lazar has left in his arm here. They want him to get through the 5th.
That one brings the count full. And in his 5th inning of work here, we mentioned it being the first start for Chris Lazar. Full count pitch, runners on the move, taken low for a ball. It'll be bases loaded and 2 outs in the inning.
45 warming up.
Lazar quickly frustrated there at that walk, and manager Josh Matlow's out to the mound, and we'll see if he takes the baseball. They wanted him to finish the 5th, but it doesn't look like he's going to get a chance to do so here. Great at bat by Hicks to keep this inning alive. And that will do it for starter Chris Lazar.
Who is it? No one told me about it. Ignore it. You're not going to put a slide up for him. No one told me about it. I'm going to try and go through that right now. So we're still up
4-3. Well, we'll see you in a few minutes. It's 4-3 Barrie, bases loaded and 2 outs. A big at-bat upcoming here at Vintage Throne Stadium on this lovely Tuesday night in Barrie. Welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium. New pitcher on the mound here for the Baycats.
Number 30, Josh Niles.
He brings himself into a tough situation. Bases loaded, 2 away. Baycats up by 1. First pitch, inside for a ball.
7th appearance of the year for Braden Pakalas is joining the Baycats in his rookie season, all in relief. 8+ innings of work.
That one gets the outside corner. And another lefty here out of the bullpen. Josh Matlow wanting to use his lefties against the Cardinals tonight. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. He jumps ahead and it's 1-2. 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Fans making some noise here for their team. Swung on and hit to left field. Nolan Macabroda makes the catch, and he'll make his way into the dugout. Baycats escape the inning. It's 4-3 Baycats, and it's Rogers TV. It's Baycats TV in Barrie.
And also want to mention, Dylan, just before we go to break, there was a flash of lightning as that ball went off the bat, and we'll see if the umpires trigger a delay here. They probably should. I'm told it's a 30-minute delay if lightning is observed. And I'm sure somebody on the field would have seen that. So we'll try to get you some information here if this game, right now everybody is off the field except for the pitcher. And everybody's going back out there. So we'll take our break as usual and come back with the bottom of the 5th when we return.
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
I'm Chrissy Franz from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Bottom of the fifth inning is brought to you by Phaetrum Aluminum and Siding, quality above all else. As Julius is doing some sideline reporting for us, Dylan Quinn in the broadcast booth with me here this evening, and we're going to continue playing, and we have to mention it. We've seen 2 bolts of lightning in the last half hour, one just recently. They're going to continue to play this out, though, which is a bit of a surprise to many people, including us. A lot of the fans are just going ahead and leaving the park. I think we're starting to see a little bit of rain as well. So,
a large surprise to me as well, Ben, as we've seen about 60% of the crowd leave the ballpark in the middle of the inning there, as that one is hit in the air to shortstop for the first out. It brings up Hayden Jaco, and that last bolt was not a small strike. As we're seeing more in the outfield now, it is a surprise to me as well that we are still playing baseball here. 1 out. Bottom of the fifth inning. It's 4-3 Barrie.
Well, it made for a great Hollywood movie moment when that flash of lightning happened as soon as Josh Niles made contact. If anybody caught video of that, that's going to look good. You could put that right in a Hollywood film. But I'm sure people on the field would have seen that. We saw it up here, and the fans certainly saw it. And we're sitting on metal bleachers here, so nobody wants to be sitting on metal when there's lightning in the area.
Well, if there's anybody at risk here, it's arguably the people in the stands. As you mentioned it, we're sitting on metal up here as that one's fouled back.
Now the Cardinals came out to the field, their defensive positions in a hurry. They want to keep this game going. They're down by a run. Now mind you, if they did have a timeout, it would be a 30-minute delay minimum. This game could be resumed after that, but Josh Matlow was out to have a chat with the home plate umpire, Don Michelle, and maybe just getting some clarification on why that decision wasn't made.
That one hit over to short. Tyler Duncan going to gather it and fire it to first. A hard throw, but not hard enough. Hayden Jaco beats it out for an infield hit.
Left fielder number 20.
I guess the good news is this is a wooden bat league, so no one's swinging any aluminum bats out there.
Well, you're right, and I have bad news for you, Ben. The bugs are out and about. We need to use that dollar store bug spray.
That's right here for you.
Maybe in the middle of the inning, or in the end of the inning here.
That's the earliest we've had mosquitoes this season. And another flash of lightning. This can't continue. We've seen 3 bolts of lightning now. They're continuing to play. Very surprised that home plate umpire Don Michelle is letting this go on. And an audible rumble of thunder now, too. So at some point, and again, the game does not have to be canceled, but it should be a 30-minute delay, I'm told, according to the league rules, if thunder or lightning are seen or heard. These fans aren't taking any chances.
No thunder yet, so that's why they're not doing it. Thunder's on right now.
And we're hearing thunder rumbles right now. Very audible.
Imaginary dragons.
Hayden Jaco throwing his hands up in disbelief over there at first base. As I haven't seen many games like this in my few years covering baseball. A hefty swing and a miss by Nolan Macabrota there.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to take. We've seen 3, at least 2 of them were very visible. The first one was off in the distance a little bit, but clearly there's a weather system coming our way.
You mentioned the thunder, you mentioned the lightning, not to mention it's also raining pretty substantially here at the park. You can see the umbrellas are out for all of the fans here who remain at the park.
Don Michelle rang up Nolan Macabrota on strike 2. I mean, not trying to be mean or anything, but clearly he lost track of the count.
Maybe distracted by some of the weather there.
Macabrota saying, wait a minute, I get one more here, don't I?
Full count to Macabrota as we'll try to bring it back to the game here being played. Full count, 1 out. Runners on first, and the Baycats up 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Full count pitch. fouled off. And before the inning ends here, we're going to send it over to Julius Hern with some information on the call.
Thanks, Dylan. I actually got a chance to speak to Chris Lazar just outside the dugout after he got pulled from the game, and talking about what happened between him and Dennis DeBanding. There was some light, I want to say trash talk between them, and then what went from light turned into something that escalated from the standpoint of Dennis DeBanding, and Chris Lazar saying he's actually never spoken to DeBanding in his life, so he had no idea where that was coming from, so it seemed a little bit unwarranted from the Cardinals outfielder.
Thank you, Julius, as Nolan Macabrota takes a walk, and it's 2 runners on for Malik Williams.
Well, it was DeBanding that hit that fly ball to center field, and now a mound visit. Oh, we've seen a little bit of everything here tonight.
Definitely been an eventful night at Vintage Throne Stadium. Luckily, we're under some coverage here from the rain and all the elements, but the majority of these fans who were here at the beginning of the game are now gone. The only ones remaining are the ones with umbrella and some cover from the rain. Even see some ponchos here at the park. Malik Williams ready to go despite the rain. He'll step into the right side of the batter's box with 2 on and 1 away.
Well, there's a 4th flash of lightning. Just saw one in left field. Wasn't called earlier though. Enough baseball has been played tonight for this game to be official, but again, that doesn't mean we could wait out a delay and resume it at some point.
We get through this one, we're done. Really, you should be able to do it.
First ball bounces, and Hayden Jaco will advance to third. It'll be runners on the corners here on a 1-0 count as I believe
And
finally the game will be postponed for Lightning.
Don Michelle wants them to keep playing, but Scott Costello motioned as well, and Michelle has not moved, but the other 2 umpires are coming off, and so have the players. So wisdom has prevailed here at Vintage Throne Stadium, and out of an abundance of caution, this game will be delayed until further notice.
23rd. For all my incredible workers, co-workers here in the booth.
We're back at Vintage Throne Stadium. As you can tell, it's still raining. A lot of thunder and lightning in the area, so the officials have officially canceled this game. The final score tonight, Barrie wins by a score of 4-3 over Hamilton as this game is postponed in the bottom of the 5th inning. So that does it for us. We're back here on Thursday night against the Guelph Royals. Take care.